company that is terrified of competition. OpenAI, if you don't let us scrape copyrighted content, we will lose out to China, says OpenAI as it tries to influence the US government. Uh, so this story is effectively a repeat of something that they have been doing for a while. And that's that OpenAI has been very, very actively engaged in lobbying and argumentation with the US government about whether or not they should have access to copyrighted content. It's a bit up in the air. It seems to be illegal at the moment, and they are just simply still doing it while allowing litigation to happen. Uh, and infamously they're being sued by like Shutterstock for using like all their stock photos and stuff for training their AI models. And their big argument that they've been making to the US government is that we have to, or China will do it, and they will have more training data available and their AIs will be better, whereas our AIs will be worse. And
I hate this argument for a million reasons, but keep going.
well, the thing about this argument is that it is based on the current way AI development works, also like true. It's also true that they will be outcompeted by someone who has more access to more training data than them. Pretty much always. That's the number one thing about current AI models is that the amount of training data available to them is usually what determines their ability to advance. And China is not going to give a shit about the copyright laws in this regard because they have state-funded AI projects. In fact, and further, China is getting really scary for OpenAI, specifically with DeepSeek recently going open source, being made for only $6 million, whereas you're looking at like $6 billion for
Mhm.
ChatGPT.
Mhm.
So they were like undercut by a thousand for the cost of the development of the model, while also having DeepSeek perform better in a lot of areas in comparison to ChatGPT. They're in this position where they are really, really scared that they're going to have to compete with China, and they want every advantage they can get. So realistically, if they want to compete with China in the long run, they would need that advantage. Uh, but it's also fucked up. It's also really fucked up to just take everybody's information and go, listen,
Mhm.
so we gotta, because China, so we
I,
should we actually should get to do
see,
whatever we want.
this is the same argument to me, at least, as oh, we also have to pay horrible wages and treat our workers badly because of we need to compete, bro. We just need to compete. Like
Well, the
we
thing
can't
about
be
it
better.
is that
You know.
historically and economically, even that argument is also true. Is that if you take the morality of the situation out of it, a lot of the time, when one party is able to do the evil thing and the other one isn't, the party that's able
Mhm.
to do the evil thing just does better. Uh, because success isn't a moral system. If you
No,
can
it's
get away with
you were
doing an evil
correct.
thing, and it's good for you, and your opposition doesn't have access to that. It's gonna make it so that you have a competitive advantage over them in any given field, and so it's a big part of why China was able to rise as such a massive economy.
I-
Currently the second largest in the world, possibly to be the first at some point, because it had
Probably in the
access
next
to
decade. Yes.
labor for a long time, and its transition to a middle class economy has a gigantic workforce in comparison to any other country in the world, and well, except for India, of course, and so they legitimately did have the advantage of they could treat people like slaves, and that was good for their economy. And they now similarly have an advantage in AI of being able to completely disregard uh, people's claims to anything because their government doesn't care about IP infringement when it's the government doing it. Which, to be fair, IP infringement doesn't apply to the government. The US
No.
government could similarly do this. It's just they don't have a centrally organized economy. And so they don't incorporate OpenAI as a government program, which means OpenAI doesn't have the ability to circumvent copyright laws like this.
And I also go back to, all right, fine, then as American citizens, as people who don't want copyright used in their AI, then
Right.
don't use the Chinese AI.
So the thing is, if you want to have things run morally, the true answer, and it's the hardest answer because it's the hardest one to do, is if you want these companies to operate morally, you have to not use them and encourage other people to not use them.
Yeah, and it's the boycott is the only reasonable way to get a company to not do something, but whether or not a boycott has efficacy is based off of the sort of potential in the market for people to actually influence it. And currently, OpenAI is a company that loses $1 gazillion a second.
They lose a
whether we
ridiculous
use
amount of
them or
money,
not.
and people are not like using it in a huge, amazing way. It's being used.
And
Let me tell you, it's a fantastic chatbot. Let me tell you, but
let me tell you, at every day at work, there is multiple people in the company I work for using it
oh yeah,
every day.
yeah.
Yeah, as
Uh.
someone who is actively engaged with college, I'll tell you that the number one use case for this fucking thing, I guarantee, is cheating in school.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
so many people
Yep.
cheating in school right now using ChatGPT. It's really good at
Mhm.
cheating in school.
It's really good at writing emails for you, dog.
Just
Yeah.
write the
But,
email.
like,
It'll
it's
absolutely
great.
do that.
It's insane, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I
This
need
whole
a
thing's gonna
break. Here's the
break.
information. Yeah, just copy it in. Be like, hey, I need you to send an email about this, doing this. Proof it real quick. Oh, that's perfect. All right, great. Send it off.
Well, I'm glad you're proofing it. I guarantee you're not. You're not. Not everyone is doing that.
A ton of people
Oh no,
are.
that has definitely happened when we've had like people in the company said stuff, and it's super funny.
It's really good.
Yeah, but no, man, like it's one of those things where just like we have a saying on this show that's like any gamer boycott is a 2-minute trailer from being over.
Yeah, there's
Well,
the well, no. There's the best example of the gamer boycott is the Modern Warfare 2 boycott Steam group. This is, Modern Warfare 2 boycott. We want dedicated servers, or we want it was something like we want dedicated servers. They're upset about the fact that Modern Warfare 2 was doing their server system differently than the original. And then on day of release, the Steam group's playing total, every single member is playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
yeah. Well, so this is a different thing though, because like
Absolutely.
people are using it. It's still early enough that people aren't dependent on it, and it's losing ridiculous amounts of money regardless. So I don't.
I mean, the cost of one ChatGPT prompt, energy wise, is the same as powering a laptop for 14 minutes.
Oh Lord,
That's crazy. That's crazy, dog.
Yeah. So I don't fully understand this whole space. Why they're pushing as hard as they are for something that they are just losing ridiculous amounts of money on? Because I find it cool to talk to and gather information. But beyond that,
well, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I can tell you exactly why they're losing a bunch of money on it is because they think it's going to be the next Netflix, the next DoorDash, the next Uber, the next, one of those where like, yeah, it's unprofitable forever, and then it suddenly becomes giga profitable. It suddenly makes a shit ton of money.
It's as someone who is really active with looking at AI news, and I love just the academic subject of things like AI safety, for example. I could tell you that
I took one of those courses.
the fervor around AI is really on a whole other level. It's on a
Yeah.
whole other level because the sort of fervor that currently exists is the kind of thing that can only exist because of the rise of computers being so much more dominant than expected.
Mhm.
They aren't talking about this like it's going to be the next Netflix. They're talking about this like it's going to revolutionize society, like this is going to be the next PT,
Right.
right? This is to the people in AI, this isn't just a profitable business. This is the keys to a new future, and that them doing this will put them atop the throne of the new world. Like,
Yeah, they expect to be the new Microsoft.
Well,
Well,
no,
like,
like,
but I
but
guess
I think they're
in
aiming
Microsoft's
higher than
case,
that. Some of these people are aiming even higher than that. They're not talking like
they're
in
yeah, they're not even talking the
economics.
new Microsoft. They're talking that they're going to exist beyond the scope of any modern company in US history. Like they
Jesus Christ.
they legitimately believe in the technological singularity. And there's a debate about whether or not the technological singularity is fundamentally possible. We honestly don't have enough research to properly say yes, that will or won't happen. Um, but these guys, I find it maybe unlikely. It seems a little radical. But
It's
these guys are 100% bought in.
right.
They're 100% bought in that we're going to have a super AI in the next 10, 20, 30 years that will be able to solve any problem and do anything that you ask it to do, and it'll do it infinitely better than a human could conceivably try to. And what they're doing is that they're going to governments and they're going to investors and they're going to guys that have $15 billion because they inherited some, I don't know, tax company and then sold it to TurboTax so that they could conglomerate to be even larger. And they're going, give us like half of your wealth, and you will be adorned in gold and silver upon the throne of our new world. And
Uh,
these guys are convinced. They're convinced because they hear all this technical language and all this talking about what could happen with a legitimately convincing set of arguments. The talking points that AI adherents give about why AI is going to be so important in the future are reasonable, and the more you learn about the technology, the more it does continue to seem reasonable. It's just like maybe not to the extent that they believe. There are certain things they don't keep into account. Like there could be theoretically diminishing returns that we've reached about the amount of trading data relative to the improvement in an AI model. We know a long time ago that processing power is not improving AI models when you just dump more and more processing power onto it, and that we've kind of reached a plateau on that. And it could also come to a point that you're thinking of a technological singularity happening, but then an AI is feeding too much of its own trading data into the feed for that AI to get any meaningful training going on. There's a lot of factors that go into it.
this is counting
Yeah.
on advancements in understandings on how AI works
Exactly.
that have not arrived yet.
It's people are betting on stuff that AI experts say might happen, and the companies that make AI are going to investors and they're going to the government and they're not saying it might happen, they're saying it will happen. And if it did happen and it did do the things they're saying it would do, it would legitimately be the most revolutionary shit ever.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the short term, it fucking sucks, and it doesn't need to be good because they're not like worried about use case or market efficacy, because they're basically thinking that'll all come later, and that you just need to pay us now to get in for when it really does work.
So the thing is, I'm sitting here in the modern day and I'm thinking like, I'm trying to come up with the best use case for like, here's how this will become profitable because it will be so integral to every developed economy, which is people like management types and executive types are like, how many jobs can I eliminate with what this could
Yeah.
be?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
step
that
one.
is well, and like, how can I make it so my current workforce can work faster with this. Like that is
Well, that's
also
a
and do
nice,
more.
wonderful.
Well, okay, so the issue
Well,
issue
no,
that
it
you
just
run into
means
with
you
AI,
do more work now because
right?
you're not crafting shit on your own. You are, feeding shit to AI to craft quicker than you could.
The issue
Well,
that comes about with AI is that there is a point where the first step is eliminating jobs. The first step is always eliminating jobs because you're not giving all of your employees a thing that quadruples their work speed and then keeping the same number of guys because you don't actually need quadruple the work to come out. You need the work that you already have coming out for cheaper. So you pay one guy and then you fire three, uh, and you just have him do the work of four people. And that's what the first goal of AI is. The first goal of AI is to reach the point where it's better than a person at a thing. And there's a lot of people out there who are going, AI will never be better than a person at things like art or things like writing or like solving problems. But realistically, we have baby AI right now. Like this is
Right.
weak and bad version of it. It will inevitably be better than people at these things.
Right.
It's just gonna
well,
happen.
I mean, I can tell you right now. So I did an AI 101 course at Microsoft, and I was working with tools to I was trying to make stuff more efficient for like processing contracts and documents. And
Right.
as I was learning to work with those tools, I was like, oh, you could totally. This is like one step removed from killing all like 78 jobs in this processing center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're just easily just in a heartbeat. You would probably need some auditors. Like, I'm not gonna
Yep.
lie, because I made a test one in their AI builder where it was like on one type of document I got it to be like 98% accurate on filling stuff in,
Mm-hmm.
which is like super good. You want it to be, like great is considered 97% or higher. And I was
Yeah.
just like, man, if you could sit someone down to build this out like for like a year, you could probably just take the like 80 people here and get rid of them for like 5 auditors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like just and then you think about that like on a macro scale and you're like, yeah, and
No
because I
problems
was
there.
making it. I was I was like sitting there with the AI builder being like, yeah, no, you can link it up to do this kind of stuff in the contract. And I just have to feed it enough contracts and clarify what it means to go where. And I'm like, and this is like a prosumer level tool.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Yeah.
could go get Power Apps AI Builder right now. We can do it
Mhm.
for our company right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping us. And like to think about like the companies who have like the real shit, you're like, okay, yeah, no, you're really right.
But it feels like if that's the case, they're not using it very much.
They are. The fact that is that you need people who are educated on AI to successfully implement AI, and that's a rare skill than the market has demand for by people who go into AI engineering and get paid so unbelievably well. It's like entry level 200K type of job. It's
So we're just not there yet. We're like,
we're
okay.
just there yet.
I
It's
also
too
think
difficult for consumer level users to go, oh yeah, I'll use this to manage my schedule, and then like you're figured out. You have to sit there and read on it and like figure it out, which most people don't really do. And so they can't personally implement it without hiring a dedicated person in most companies. And those dedicated people are too expensive to reasonably implement on like a macroeconomic scale. So we're not at a market base yet where it's actually doing anything. But as AI gets better, it'll get easier and it will get more common.
Right.
well, like I think the tools I was working with, like the AI builder stuff, was like bro, you could totally train like probably a mid-level, maybe even an entry-level programmer to work with that stuff, and like no problem, and then just have them kill. Like once again, for stuff like that processing job, like oh yeah, no, you could train an entry-level programmer in AI Builder and maybe make some tweaks to it and just murder admin jobs, processing document kind of jobs, tax processing jobs, just in the thousands, dude.
My
Entry
job could be
level white
completely
collar
eliminated
work.
by a really good AI implementer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it's happening in some places.
It is happening in some places. The issue is that the cost of paying that guy to eliminate my job
It's
is
not there
more
yet.
expensive. It's that it's more expensive than just paying me and my 3 coworkers in my department
Right.
to do that job
hmm
for multiple years.
Yeah.
And then running the AI is going to be expensive as still 2 of us. And so it's like, can we really afford upwards of $1 million for
But
getting rid of, you know, a couple employees?
no,
The answer is no, it's not economically viable yet. But it
no,
will be.
that's why you hire Steve, the entry level programmer, explain what AI Builder is to him, and be like, "We
We
need you to
actually
do
have
this thing."
we have a huge problem right now of entry-level
Mm,
programmers coming out of college who cheated their way through
mm.
college
hmm
and are
Oh
using
God,
AI applications not even just to cheat in school, they're cheating their interviews.
yeah.
They're
Oh, I've seen
they're
that.
cheating
Yeah.
their interviews and then not knowing how to program at the places they work. It's like a huge issue that hiring managers are having where people are just not knowing how to do the job and pretending they do and using AI
I
to do it.
see that's actually like amazing for my current job because we are like an education company and
Yeah.
like you can't really cheat the way we've set it up.
No.
Like we so it's like if you graduate our program, it's like it's a we can this is great selling point for us. We can go to employers and be like, no, he like legit knows how to code due to the way we do our projects and exams. He has to.
But see, this is funny
So
because now the advent of AI is driven and funded in part by people who are looking to have AI take away jobs, and then they need programmers, and they're getting programmers who have been relying on AI to get into these positions and don't actually know anything. And then the bosses are like, "God, these people are awful. I can't wait for AI to replace these people." And it's just this self-feeding loop of getting
Yeah.
worse. Oh man.
Well,
it's
and that's what I was
amazing.
mentioning earlier with the issue of potential technological singularity and with AI. AI might eventually hit a plateau because, like you said, it's a self-feeding loop of it gets worse. It gets worse
Yeah.
because it starts bleeding into itself.
Right.
And when bad data is bad result. That's
Mhm.
obviously a commonly known thing in data science. You have bad data, you have bad results, and it's
Yes.
going to start poisoning the well of its own data. This poisonous seepage might reach the groundwater of data, and all of a sudden there's no clean source to draw from. And that'll make its own market of companies that go, we have AI detected all of the data out of this so that we've filtered out all of the not all of the data that uses
Just
any kind of AI for its generation. It'll be a whole thing. It'll be a whole thing.
And that's before they reach, the ability to go to that next step of AI that isn't just a language learning. Like we're just reading all your posts and making stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that continues to be a thing. Hey, guess what? We just spent a good amount of time on that topic on AI. We're not done.
Yep.
Whoa, the AI cast.
So
Let's go.
yeah, so video games are not immune from this craze, and apparently this is happening at Sony as well.
Yep. Headline here: Horizon actor Ashley Birch says Sony's AI Alloy video left her feeling worried about a game performance as an art. Worrying about game performance as an art. So, this story is that Sony had a leak of an internal video showing an AI-powered version of Alloy that was definitely using Ashley Birch's voice. and it was talking to an engineer, and it was working. It was talking, and she kind of used this as a springboard to talk about the ongoing strike among voice actors. It's been going on for a while now, and the main issue that they are dealing with is AI. So the end of the story, they go over what these companies have been pressing on constantly about AI utilization, which is that, guys, we're not gonna fire voice actors and just use AI from a couple lines they did for us. We just want to make characters in the game that have AI voices that make new dialogue
Oh.
whenever you talk to them based on specifically what you do. We just want to make a really reactive character that is an AI that talks to you. That's what they're swearing up and down.
Mm.
That's all they want to do, and they just want to be able to do
Okay.
that. And they just can't sign a contract that also makes it so they can't fire the voice actors because it would stop them from doing that cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh-huh.
the main thing that the voice actors in the SAG-AFTRA strike want is that they really don't want their voice to be turned into an AI without their permission, and for them to receive no payment for the usage of their voice in projects.
Right.
Which is absolutely a possibility. You could just AI voice software gets really convincing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
you can absolutely just take honestly, it's insane. You can take up like 20 seconds of dialogue and make a pretty complete AI of anybody.
Has any of you used the Character AI app before?
No.
Long ago, yeah.
They have a voice option, and I had a voice conversation with Son Goku that was
Yep.
something. Oh yeah, Vegeta's doing
it
laundry
affects-
right now. What are you up to? It's like, what the fuck is happening?
It's in fact such a thing that a while ago, Goku's voice actor got mad over a clip that was some meme of Goku saying some stupid shit. And to which he was like, God, I hate this AI slop. You shouldn't be taking people's voices like this. And it wasn't an AI clip. It was a guy doing an impression of him. It was a real person.
It's
They're
that
just
close.
indistinguishable.
It's that close.
Oh God.
They call him the
This
drink.
is terrifying.
You can just do it.
What?
Yeah.
It's so powerful that you can very easily just fill in a bunch of blanks for dialogue. Specifically, there's a lot of rewriting and re-recording that goes on in games. There's a lot of, hey, we decided to make this change in development this direction, we got to bring you back in for re-recording, and that's a big part of expenses. You could cut out so many expenses by just recording the initial dialogue that you want this person to make, and then anytime that you have any changes to the dialogue or the story, you just use an AI until you hit the point where you're getting unsatisfactory results, and you call them in only for the lines that you really want them personally to re-record. A particularly climactic or emotional moment where you really want those acting chops to come in.
Right. There's oh, go ahead, Bronson.
I'm gonna say, like, man, when we talked about the sci-fi future, like when that promise was given, it was like, yeah, to have more time for art or leisure or whatever. Not like, can we please like automate jobs like Duncan's and mine and to
Yeah.
just ignore the artistic space, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That'd be great.
You know,
The big issue here is that like, it's just the money part. Honestly, I don't
That too.
care about the use of the AI if it is just as good at a given thing than a person who is recording a piece of dialogue. I legitimately do not care if the dialogue is AI or if the dialogue is from a person. And I think that that's the common position that you're going to see from most people playing games. They're just going to go, I don't know, I just
yeah, that's
the thing I care about is the fact that they're not gonna pay these people. It's that I want voice acting to still be a rich practice that people could go into and become talented and be rewarded for that talent. That's actually not even really the case right now. The voice acting industry has a lot of problems, very difficult to enter. There's a bunch of issues aside from AI that they're already dealing with.
Yeah.
And AI can really only exacerbate the problem by making it so that there are fewer opportunities to be a voice actor because they're just going to use an AI voice. The amount of demand for voices is not going to change at all, no
Mhm.
matter what. It's relative to whatever's being made, and if AI encroaches on that, it just means fewer people can be voice actors, and it also means our voice acting gets worse because if we have fewer people that are voice actors, we have a lower variety of talent, and it becomes less viable for people to really put their all into that creative pursuit and that art form of that kind of acting. And it will lower the quality of people entering the industry because there will be fewer people that are able to really practice it and become great. And that sucks. That all sucks. It just actively erodes at the foundation of the creation of an art form,
Mhm.
and we don't like that.
Yes. Yeah, a whole lot of problems arise from this. But and what's so funny is that voice actors already don't get paid very well anyway for their work.
No,
So
not
it's
at all.
amazing that
They get paid like shit.
it's amazing that they're going after this. Like this is the cut you're making. All right.
Yeah,
It's because, and this is something that drives me insane in every company I've ever worked for. They don't consider it like, and this is the same thing when you work for like a popular company. This shit happens too. Is like, oh, that's a fun job, so we should pay it less because a lot of people want to do it.
Yep.
well,
Like that.
and it's
That's
not
the
even that.
every
That's not
time.
even the direct mentality too. It's more that people want to do this job. And so they're willing to take less pay to do it because they're passionate. It's a problem
Yeah.
in all artistic industries in that the fact of the matter is if you want to do art, if you are passionate about art, if you want to make video games, if you want to be a voice actor, if you want to be an actor, if you want to be any artistic pursuit, the fact of the matter is that you want to do it and that you're willing to take shit for the sake of doing something you love,
Mm-hmm.
and companies know that that means that you're willing to be paid less and that they can save money off paying you less. Like you said, it's a fun job, but it's not only that. It's a it can be a shit job, but it's a shit job they want to do, and so they'll take the lower pay, and we'll take the saving.
Well, I mean, like, it's the same thing. We got a good taste of this in the game journalist space,
Mhm.
where, like, I think, and this was almost a decade ago at this point, but the starting salary for an editor at IGN was like 55K a year. And
Yeah,
you're like, oh, that's not horrible. But then you remember you have to, at the time, you had to live in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and granted, if
Same
you could
Berkeley.
climb the ladder to senior editor, you're making like six figures, dog. But like,
But
how many
in
people
San
are really
Francisco,
gonna?
six figures is also still 40,000 a year anywhere else.
Yes, but like that's still livable. Like that's still
Yeah,
livable. But like, 55K a year, San Francisco. Like, what are you doing? Live on like 12 roommates?
yeah.
Like what,
Uh,
dog?
and journalism as a whole has this problem.
Yep,
Largely, people that get
100%.
into journalism get into it because they feel passionate about the coverage of the news and the spreading of information, and they find it to be an important part of our society, and it's kind of altruistic in nature, getting into journalism because it's not a profitable thing, and they know that it's altruistic in nature, and so they're like, okay, well, you're doing this because you're passionate about it and you really want to do it, so you'll take dirt to do it.
Like, well, yeah, like our local newspaper pays 47,000 a year to start,
Yeah,
which like
that's
that's
horrible, actually.
crazy because
But you need a
I
lot of
make a little bit.
qualifications.
Yeah, the fact that like to start there you need a bachelor's degree in general, but like even then, like 37K a year, dog, to with a bachelor's degree to go report on the news, like that's wild.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
And then
it's just
imagine
like,
working that hard over a matter of years to get 37,000, and then the company says we have an AI to do the thing that you do. Bye.
yeah, an
There you
an
go.
AI that has no concept of standards or anything.
They have a concept. It's
Yeah,
like this one TXT document. It's just like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe don't do this. I
Yeah.
don't know. We won't really enforce it. Just do what you do.
This is my entire like first half semester of a journalism class was just like history and ethics.
mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, on this broadcast, we have almost certainly read a news story that has been generated by AI. Like, inevitably
probably.
has to have happened.
Aaron, oh, sorry. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
It looked like your audio wasn't working for a sec. My bad.
Okay.
He just wanted to
I know.
scare
I was
you.
having a heart attack myself.
I'm juggling like 12 different things and running this stream. So whenever anything, there's a hint of something going wrong, like, what's it? What is it? Okay.
So, anyway,
Get an AI to run this show. Ugh. God.
no, like totally. Or if not, and that sucks. But it is the death of journalism. It's partly why we don't have quality news reporting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's
yeah.
AI, right?
The summary there is doom and horror and destruction.
we need to
Tonight.
figure out a system for when this all starts taking over. Because the people who are in charge of it aren't interested in figuring it out and do not care about the long-term repercussions of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, anyway. All right, let's move to another story. Unless you have something, Duncan.
No, on a lighter note, PS5 sales are out.